The Coin Lady channel is pleased to have you back. Dear everyone, will the cryptocurrency market have a huge black swan event soon? Speak about it. MiCA is a big deal in the European Union right now in terms of crypto regulation and uptake. Also, this will be the first major development on crypto regulation. However, one must ask, will it benefit the industry or will it be detrimental? Algorithmic band, one-to-one liquid asset backing assets sheltered from third-party, and MiCA's Wrath of Kahneman set to take effect at the end of the month. Here is a helpful summary of her effects on stable currencies. Regarding Ripple, the stable coin, this last aspect is intriguing. Once again, many will claim that this is great news for Ripple stablecoin. Although this is great news for XRP, the question remains, how will it impact the market in the near future? Just because MiCA is leading the way in crypto regulation clarity on a worldwide scale, in my opinion, other countries will be pushing hard to write a regulatory measure that will introduce regulations on a worldwide scale in response to MiCA. In my opinion, this is going to be the first of its kind. In my opinion, that will pave the way for much-needed worldwide clarity surrounding cryptocurrency. The question that everyone is trying to answer, though, is what this implies for Tether. For multi-party, we have an update on Tether. What does this imply for the majority of the market? To meet the requirements of the EU MiCA laws, Tether must comply by June 30th. This is a fascinating matter. There is a concern about the possibility of bank failure, according to the CEO, even though the EU regulator demands 60% of backing to be in cash on hand. In all candor, you can see that he is correct. Because, listen, this is great news for the established players, like bankers and large banks. Also, this is something that bothers me. With a 60-40 split like this, I can see how bank cash could be an issue. I could be completely mistaken about this. Given what we know about banks today, I don't believe any reliable coin issuer should have a 6,040 backing of bank currency. I know, a lot of people say that. Additionally, he mentioned in April on Exane that our concerns regarding the potential capital reserve requirements set by the EU are still being discussed with the regulator. It is not wise to put money into an uninsured bank account. When a bank fails, uninsured cash falls bankrupt as well. We can learn from Silicon Valley Bank and another big US stablecoin's mistakes, he said. All of a stablecoin's reserves should be held in US Treasury bills. Because they would rather not put themselves at risk in the event of a bank failure by holding large amounts of reserves and uninsured cash deposits. If a bank goes bankrupt, the rightful owner gets their money back. Last month, an attestation was issued stating that US Treasuries backed the great majority of the around $110 billion that were in circulation at the end of the first quarter. I hope this alt season is a success for everyone. In order to help you find out where the big fish are investing, which could lead to a huge return on investment for you, I have compiled a comprehensive list of resources for you to peruse. The 30 free crypto jewels I'm offering have been thoroughly investigated and categorized according to risk. You can get both of these manuals for free. Right now, using one of the links in the explanation below, you can claim your access. Why are you all sitting around? Get this so you can enjoy the upcoming season to the fullest. Along with this investigation, there is an additional update at this link, which reiterates what the CEO of Tether mentioned in the Pig Whale 2 months ago regarding stablecoins and MiCA. It appears as though no changes have been made since then. MiCA also plays a role. On June 30th, Rama will be born. At the Tether, we find ourselves. We find the highly stringent limitations on reserve management to be the most problematic aspect of this MiCA variety. Here's where we take a closer look at the 60% deposit in cash. That is a major issue, in my opinion. It seems like a huge gamble to me. Right now, in addition to MiCA, we must consider global restrictions when we examine this, as I mentioned before. It seems like there are a lot of bills circulating in Congress in the US at the moment. What MiCA is doing seems to me to be akin to the issue we're facing here in the US. But what exactly am I getting at when I say that? A lot of this, in my opinion, is an effort to prop up the bankers and the current government officials. And therein lies the crux of my grievance. Here in the US, there is an impending crypto crackdown. The Senate Select Committee on Intelligence recently included a funding package that would automate the process of sanctioning foreign digital asset transaction facilitators, including exchanges associated with individuals who support terrorism. The measure would require the crypto industry to identify users in order to avoid sanctions. My main concern is the inclusion of anti-crypto nonsense in these bills. Senator Mark Warren's staff has been meeting with industry representatives to see if it can be removed from the final National Defense Authorization Act. I hope it can be. Furthermore, this has persisted for some time. It all starts in 2023, when the anti-crypto narrative begins to gain steam during Operation Choke. At this time, the 2.0 narrative is still very much present in the market. It makes no difference whether you favor Tether or not, I've already addressed that. Which brings me back to the Tether dilemma. In my opinion, the concept of backing banks in a 60-40 split is just insane. That's crazy to me. Additionally, I believe that mica is fantastic in contexts other than this one. In my opinion, it's fantastic for business. However, the bankers gain more weapons when these regulatory sweeps begin to take place. It seems like an issue to me. Please pay attention to what I'm about to say because this post also includes a quote from Aaron Road. Crypto has lost. Those who are enthusiastic about crypto-related laws in Congress obviously didn't bother to study them. Yes, I feel the same way. I've already covered this ground. Bills that seem to be pro-crypto have ulterior motives, as is the case with many of them. The only thing they accomplish is to arm the executive branch and financial institutions with even more authority. The greatest crypto-based super PAC's crowning achievement was to secure Adam Schiff's candidacy for the California U.S. Senate. This super PAC is useless and will cause 100 times more harm than benefit. Its backers are anti-freedom buddies. Meanwhile, it seems like a lot of the actions taking place in Congress and with these crypto bills are aimed at providing even more authority and support to the banks. This matters greatly. In my opinion, when we examine these bills closely, we must read them carefully and familiarize ourselves with all of their provisions. Otherwise, we run the risk of allowing the very people whose influence we are seeking to curb to grow even stronger. In other words, the incumbents, those large banks, have been attempting to bring down this sector of the economy through Operation Choke Point 2.0. Choke Point 2.0 of Operation is still active, as I mentioned before. This politically charged, illegal, and potentially FDIC violating witch hunt targeting U.S. fintech and cryptocurrency companies began in April, according to a post by Caitlin Long, and it's shaping up to be a major issue in the upcoming November election. I couldn't agree with you more. Once more, returning to the topic of Ripple and stable coins, I believe that we will adopt some of MiCA's policies even in the United States. This poses a significant challenge, as the big bankers lust for power and control and will do whatever it takes to maintain their position in the US and the UK. A major domino effect might occur here. This just serves to strengthen their hand in their anti-crypto campaign and isolate the biggest illiquid issuers in the industry. That is where I think there is a major problem. The video ends there. Support my channel with a like and a subscription. Muchas gracias, depart.